Hello everybody, welcome back to my Aadhaar learning video sessions. In this session, I'll be talking about Aadhaar authentication applications. The learning agenda for this session is as follows. At the end of this session, a student will understand number one, the Aadhaar authentication ecosystem in terms of process, players and setup. He will also secondly understand what are AUAs and ASA and their role in authentication applications. The Aadhaar enrollment and database setup of UIDAI is nearing its completion. More than billion people have been already enrolled and remaining 280 million enrollment are expected to be completed by 2017. One of the main objectives of UID program is to able to accurately identify people at various points of service and enable them to receive the services they are entitled to. This process of identifying residents when they submit their Aadhaar number and demographic and or biometric attributes is called authentication. In order to allow agencies to use UID as a verification of identity, the UIDAI also created an online-based authentication system that utilizes demographic and biometric data. The authentication system allows an agency to establish that person is who they claim to be by submitting the person's biometric to the central ID repository and receiving an yes or no answer. Eligibility for given program is done at the agency level. In order to authenticate against the UID database, an agency or a company must become a recognized authentication user agency or AUA. AUAs are entities using Aadhaar authentication as part of their service delivery cycle for customers, beneficiaries, employees or associates. It is the principal entity that sends the authentication request to enable day-to-day business functions. The Department of Civil Supplies is an example of AUA. It seeks to authenticate people before dispensing monthly rations. The process of becoming an AUA is extensive. First, an entity must identify the service delivery areas for which they would like to authenticate people. The AUA can authenticate for numerous purposes such as verifying a person's information and to ensure proof of presence at the time of service delivery. AUA carrying out direct cash disbursement can utilize the Aadhaar Payment Bridge (APB), a platform that was developed with National Payments Corporation of India as a mechanism for posting payment directly to beneficiaries in order to avoid state-level disbursement of government to person payment G2P. The APB acts as an aggregator for various government entitlements. Once an account is created, beneficiaries can withdraw money using the Aadhaar enabled payment system. AUAs must use certified point of sale devices and certified applications. The application must be developed using the UIDAI's published APIs, that is application programming interfaces, and they must be tested by UIDAI's technology center prior to implementation. The AUA is responsible for establishing and maintaining the systems, processes, infrastructure, connectivity and security protocols to ensure continuous compliance with UIDAI standards and specifications. Once the AUA is in place, the information and the authentication requests are transmitted to and from the CIDR by registered authentication service agencies called ASAs. The ASAs play the role of enabling intermediary and have an established secure connection with the CIDR. The ASA can also make authentication requests to further its own businesses and service functions. The National Payment Corporation of India mentioned earlier is an example of ASA. The following picture indicates the different authentication application scenarios. There is a UIDAI established CIDR and there are AUS and ASAs. They communicate between and across them to authenticate a user request. The responsibilities and obligations of ASA are also important and extensive. They must ensure that they are compliant with the UIDAI specification and standards, and they are responsible for ensuring that any AUA they support is also compliant. The ASA verifies the compliance of each authentication request before sending it to the CIDR. Lastly, the ASAs are subject to sporadic audits from UIDAI or agencies appointed and approved by UIDAI. In fact, one of the first authentication application was for the delivery of LPG gases or canisters. A pilot project started in conjunction with NREGA is working to allow people to open bank accounts and transfer funds to beneficiaries under the Employment Guarantee Scheme. Many states so far have recognized the UID as a proof of identity for various government services. It is important to note that authentication requests to the UID database come from agencies for the initial enrollment into programs that they run, such as banking, ration card, pension programs, or even the enterprises using it. Subsequent transaction within those agencies, such as verifying identity at workplaces under employment guarantees programs, are handled within the ecosystem of that particular agency. UID creates the enabling environment for those agencies to serve the people, but ultimately direct services comes from the individual agencies or private sector entities. For more other learning videos, visit http youtube.com/user/Dastico.